Okay, how about now? Hello? Shit. You can hear me? Hello, Joe, you there? Okay. Are you? All right. Everything is okay, I guess. All right. Get on the chat on the site here. There's a chat on the right hand side. You can ask questions, talk to me from there instead of me going to Facebook. Okay. I'm going to write your name. So just say something, say hello or whatever. And I'll explain what I'm going to do today. Okay. I guess I'll do the lesson. It's been acting a little strange today. Now what? Big delay, big delay. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it very slow. And most of my teaching evolves around the stick control book. And I just love the book. It's just a gift from whoever, George Lawrence Stone. The man really knew what he was doing. And I do the book as he has, uh, as he wrote it, and the way I was taught how to do it by Mr. Joe Morella. But I expanded on it, and I use his system of sticking patterns as references or formulas or substitutions. Now, I'm going to explain to you what I do for references from the stick control book today and how to develop accents. Okay? Now, if you were here last time, you should understand the control strokes. You know what a full stroke is, or it's a free stroke rather, a downstroke, a tap, and an upstroke. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play eighth notes constantly. One, I'm going to count it, I'm going to do it real slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And over and over again. So I'm going to reference off the stick control book. The stick control book is written 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So what I'm going to do is eliminate. Okay? Let me just see something. Hold the mouse. I'm going to eliminate the lefts. And I'm going to reference off the rights. Hold on. Okay, now, let me put that here. I'm going to eliminate the lefts, so that would give me 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And if I did that with line 2, it would be 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So let's stay with those two for now. So I'm going to use that all the rights as an accent. Okay, when I'm playing this. The accent falls on 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm playing this constant. So now I'm going to accent the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 all the rights fall on the ands. So while I'm playing this now, because I'm referencing for the rights, I'm going to play accents on the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So actually line 1 and line 2 are no-brainers coming to doing it this with this concept or this approach. 3, 4, 1. Do it 2 times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Back and forth. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now I do that with my right hand, and I'll do it with my left hand. Now, normally, if you're right-handed, actually your left hand's going to be the weaker hand, so you want to spend more time with that. Now, I hold my sticks traditional. A lot of guys hold it German or French or whatever they call it. But I've been playing like this for 1,000 years. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that same concept that I did 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm still referencing off the rights. So if I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to accent the 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm going to go to line 2, the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4. Back. So what I'm using there is control strokes or a journey into levels. Now, when I sit and play music with the band and start happening, having a conversation with the other musicians, playing time or playing a groove, I'm not worried about the downstroke or the upstroke or whatever. It just comes naturally. And that's what you're doing here, is you're reinforcing something that's natural. So if I'm playing this and I want an accent, what has to happen is my stick has to come up in a different position and come down. 4 and 1 and 2. So if I go now, that's just using the first line 1 and line 2. And all I'm doing is using the control strokes like downstroke, upstroke, or upstroke, downstroke, upstroke, downstroke. Now it gets a little insane, not insane, but not difficult, but you really have to understand the level system. And this is part of the exercise as opposed to just working the hands. So if I have 2 rights, I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm going to accent the 1 and. So if I accent the 1, it has to be a full stroke, because now I'm in position to hit the and. Now the 2 has to be a tap, and the and of 2 has to be an upstroke, so I'm back in position. We understand that? Okay, so we have now, we're just 1 and 2, we're accenting 1 and 3 and. 2, 3, 4. Do we all understand that? When we take it to the left side, same thing. We're going to go free stroke, down, tap, up. Free stroke, tap. Free stroke, downstroke, tap, up. Free stroke, downstroke, tap, up. Very simple. But it's really a good exercise to develop first of all, get familiar with the level system, that you're going to have to be in position to always attack the up and coming stroke. So you have down, up. I come up to get in position to hit the up and coming accent. So if I have just the accenting 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we just did line 3, which was 2 rights. Is going to be 1. The first right is going to be a free stroke. The second right is going to be a downstroke. Now the 2 is going to be a tap, and the and of 2 is going to be a upstroke, because now I'm in position to play 3 and. 3 and 4 and 1 and 3, and 4, and. Okay, now it gets a little crazy. Now we're going to go to line 5. I'm accenting the counts of 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So we need to be careful here. The first stroke is going to be a downstroke, which is 1. The and of 1 is going to be a upstroke, because now I'm in position to hit the 2. But now I'm still in position to hit the and of 2, and I hit the 2, the and of 2. The 3 is a non-accent, but I have to come up with 3, and I'm hitting the and as an accent, but it has to be a downstroke. Do we understand that? I'm not getting any response in the chat. Does everybody know where the chat is to ask questions or say hello or peace and tell me who's here? Knock, knock. It's very difficult to give a lesson to a computer when the screen tells me there's 2 or 3 people watching and I don't know who is watching. Just say hello so we can have a very comfortable conversation here. Joe, are you in there? Okay, do you have any questions, Joe? Hello, thank you. Do you have any questions about what I'm doing? How I'm getting that exercise, playing vamps, and I want to accent the 1, 2, 3, 4. You have any questions? Just lay them out there. I'm going to play the accent on the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to play the accent on the and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What do we got there? Okay, you understand it. You're enjoying it. Good. Okay. Now I usually I could do the whole page like that, but I don't want to bore everybody. I'm just explaining this particular concept. One of the things one of the many things I do, interpreting from the stick control book. Now, I want to do one more, which is well, actually 2 more, and or 3 more, or whatever we have time for. I'm going to play 16th notes. Now, I'm counting 1 E and the 2 E and the 3, 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. Again, I'm going to reference from the stick control book, all the rights. On line 1, the right falls on 1, 2, 3, 4. So while I'm playing the 16ths, 3 E, I'm going to play the accent on 1, 2, 3, watch, 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3, 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3, 4. Okay, now there's a movement in there. If I did it very slow, like if you took a picture of this or you took a video of this, what I do is I break down what is occurring. And I do it very slow. I mean, I don't sit behind my drum set and sit there like this, like I'm in some sort of a parade. So what's occurring is downstroke. Okay, that's an accent on the first stroke. I have an E as a tap, and is an upstroke, da is a tap, and I'm back in the same position to attack 1, 2, 3, 4 as the accent. Inside of that 1 E ender, there's 2 different sounds, an accent and a non-accent. Now, whether I'm doing a tap or an upstroke, they sound the same. The downstroke or the free stroke is sounding the same. Watch, I'm going to do this first line again. I'll play the accent 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. Little up tempo. I don't play it too fast. Now I go to the second line, and all the rights are falling again on the ands. So what I'm doing now, I'm still playing 16ths. 1, 2. Now I play the accents on the ands. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I'll do, what is this question? Hold on. Well, let's that's another story there. Are you talking about just the vamping or the alternating strokes? If I alternate, let me, there's a lesson I do. Who's that? I use it, I call it turnarounds. If I'm doing 16th notes, right hand lead, 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4E and I'm leading with the right. Now, if I'm playing one measure, right hand lead, and I want to go to the second measure, left hand lead, what I do is I call it a turnaround. I'm turning, actually 4E and is going to be a paradiddle. So if I went 1E and 2E and 3E, watch this now, 4E and I'm in position to do the left side. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and I do have a whole exercise on that from the stick control book. Okay? You understand that, Joe? Okay, what is that? I can't see that far. All right. Let me give you an exercise from the stick control book. Who is this? You're late. The snake, I guess. What's this? The Sid snake. What kind of nut, right? That's cool. Hi, how you doing, man? All right. What I'm going to do, I have a whole series of exercises from the stick control book. The reason why I love the stick control book is because I have a huge respect for Mr. George Lawrence Stone. I think the guy was brilliant. The way he organized all the sticking patterns. And I've done this and done this and done this over and over again the way he has it in the book. You know, I play the line, repeat the line, vamp for 4 measures, play the line, the next line for 4 measures, and vamp for 4 measures at various tempos. And, you know, that doesn't get old because it's very helpful. But, you know, I want to make it a little bit more interesting. So what I said to myself, the guy's brilliant the way he organized all the sticking patterns. And there's a reason for that. All right, he develops the right side, and he develops the left side equally. Okay? Now, let me get back to that exercise. We'll have a discussion on Mr. Stone in a second. What I do is I come up with a formula. And I make a right equal with an accent. 1, E, and da. I make a left equal the same thing, but I'm starting with the left hand, with the accent. So if I have, we're not going to start with line 1 or 2, we're going to start with line 3. We have 2 rights and 2 lefts. Now, but before I forget, if anyone wants the PDFs on these lessons today, I believe I have my email address on the top. Joe, can you check that out for me? On the top of the page, my email. Hey, how you doing, man? All right. Do you have my email? Is it written on the top of the page? If not, I'll rewrite it in there again. Hold on a second. Let me write it out. Oh. There you go. Okay, good. All right. All you need to do is email me, and I'll send you some PDF sheets on today, what we did today. You know, I have the turnarounds. I have the vamping exercises, developing the accents. Okay, I have no problem. And while you're emailing me, you know, there's also on the top of the page, there's my website. If you want to go visit my website, check it out, see what it's all about. That's cool. Also, there's another social network that I just entered, and we have an art of drumming group there. So if you'd like to, it's up to you. If you want to join that particular social network, I have it up there as TSU. It's called Sue, and you have the URL on the top of the page. Okay, so just go over there, join it, and I will put you into the Art of Drumming group. There's some really new drummers over there that are not on the Art of Drumming groups on Facebook. It's a whole new organization, and it's really cool. So if you'd like to do that, that's cool. Now, let me go back to doing the alternating strokes. I'm doing, as I call the turnarounds. And I have a video, as a matter of fact, it's right underneath there. You see it? Turnarounds number 1. Okay. What I do now is I take the right, and I make the right equal 4/16 alternating strokes. But I put an accent, like so. And I accent the first stroke. And I use that as a formula. R becomes that. Left becomes the left-hand lead. Okay, now, for example, if I have, let's start on line 13 of the stick control book. The line 13 of the stick control book is 4 rights, 1 and 2 and 4 lefts, 3 and 4 and. So now, if I put the formula into that, the right, I have 1 E and the 2, 3. Now I come to 4, I have to do a turnaround. 4 E and the, and I'm in position for the left. 3 E and the, 1, 2, 3, 4. We understand that, gentlemen? So I do that over and over again at various tempos. Now, it's a really good exercise because it really takes the right side and the left side and kind of equalizes your attack. Okay? Now, I start this at line 3 of the stick control book. It's really a good exercise. For me, it works for me, and it works for most of my students. Well, all of my students, rather. And if I have 2 rights and 2 lefts, what I have is 1 E and the. All right, now I'm going to go to the 2, but I have to transfer to the left-hand lead. 2 E and the. Then I go to 3, 3 E and I'm in position. 4 E and the. So if I play, excuse me, line 3 and line 3 over and over again. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Boom. Now, this is just one of many formulas you could do with the stick control book. Let's go to, say, line 5. You have right, left, right, right, the paradiddle itself. So I'm going to do a right, which is going to be a paradiddle, left, single, paradiddle, single, paradiddle, paradiddle, single, paradiddle. So I go. It gives you very controlled. They're called control strokes. It's a great exercise to develop attack from the right side and the left side. Now I'm just briefly going over these things to introduce you to these. But as every Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a free lesson if my schedule permits. If not, I will make an announcement that I won't be here, and I'll do another lesson. We have Alan Herman and I and Sam Ruttenberg have a good one coming up, and it's going to be a live stream. And Alan Herman, Sam Ruttenberg, and myself have all studied with Joe Morello. And as we're going to have a discussion, and I believe whoever wants to host it, either Alan Herman, Sam, or myself, we're going to talk about our ventures, okay, with Joe Morello and our relationship with Joe Morello and what he taught us and how we developed it. It should be very interesting. I believe that's April the 3rd. It's on a Sunday. I think it's April the 3rd. It's on a Sunday. I believe it's either 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. I have it on Facebook. Okay? Now, you want to come to that? That's a great thing to come to, I think. It should be very funny and good information and some old war stories. Okay? God bless Joe Morello. Okay. Do you understand the exercises here? Now, just briefly going on. I'm not going to do the whole page. I'm not going to do that and bore you. I mean, I could sit here and do my routine, But why do you want to watch me do my routine? I mean, you have your own routine. Maybe I could give an example of my routine when I get practicing every day. Recently, I haven't been practicing every day because I've been involved with the live streaming and this and setting up the computers and the mics. I'm hopefully next week I will have the drum set and I'll be able to broadcast with the drum set on YouTube. On my live lessons, I broadcast with the drum set. Okay. Now I'm going to do one more. Well, actually, a whole lot more. I don't know. Let's see what time we got here. First off, everybody has a different way of practicing. And my whole thing about practicing is slow. Okay. What is this? I should get the other laptop here. I'm sorry. Well, when you say the same time, everybody has a different schedule. Like, I would love to practice from 9 to 10. 9 to 1 o'clock. But every day, I have 2 kids, and I do 3-4 hours of practicing. But they're not on the same time every day. I might have a student at 9 o'clock, and I might have to practice maybe from 2 to 5, and then I have another student. Or say tomorrow, for example, it's Wednesday, I have a stream at 1 o'clock. So I might practice from 9 to 11, take a break, and stream to 2 o'clock, and maybe practice a little bit more, and then stream some more in the evening. Now, don't forget, I have to pick up my kids, and I do a lot of writing on the computer. I do a lot of networking. So it's not easy, and I would just love to do nothing else but practice, play, and teach. But because I'm setting all of this up, it has consumed a lot of my time. I've been doing it, not the YouTube, I've been doing live online lessons now close to 2 years. And that's 3 days a week, writing lessons. And I have not repeated myself at all. And all my students, they just keep coming back. And I had a couple drum camps here, and one student come up with a binder, 2 binders as a matter of fact. And the binder was this big. And he printed everything out, all the lessons, and put them in the the protector sheets, and dated them. He had like 3 books there. And I do a lot of work from my own books, and I do a lot of work from the syncopation book. Now, let me go back to this guy here without the turnarounds. We were doing accents like this. If everybody should have the syncopation book here, no? We all have the syncopation book. I'll go get it. The routine, let me get to that. Let me get to the routine. Now, when I have time, let's say I start practicing today at, say, 8 o'clock in the morning. And I have nothing else to do but practice, say, to 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock or whatever, my first stream. So I actually will do stick control book, say, at a very slow tempo. Now, that's the quarter note. It's on 60. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to make that the 8th note. I'm going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So what I do now is I would do the whole, at least page 5 of the stick control book in full strokes with a vamp. I'll do maybe 5 lines. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Repeat. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One more time. And 1 and 2 and 3 and vamp and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and 3. Line 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2, and 3, and 4, so on and so forth. I would do that at a very slow tempo. And what it is, it's actually one of the first things I do before I really practice something new for the day. Because I'm all over the place with the drum set, playing different linear patterns and so on and so forth. That's just an exercise to say good morning, arms and hands and wrists and mind. I'm getting into the groove, into the tempo, and that's all I'm doing. Okay? Just relaxing. Now, through that process of me doing the full stroke, a lot of guys get this happening. Now, if you hear that, that's one side is louder than the other side. That's not the objective. The objective there is to make the right side and the left side equal. Now, at this point, it becomes, with yourself, a little personalized thing here. What do? Do I make the right, keep the right at that volume and make the volume of my left hand the same as my right, or keep the volume of my left hand and make my right hand the same volume? The objective, and that's the beauty of stick control, one of the beauties, is to make the right side and the left side equal. Now, I practice that sometimes on the snare drum, but most of the time on a drum pad. Okay? And that tells me, if I'm heavier on the right or lighter on the left, I make that judgment. Do I go or make it heavier? You see? It's all, whatever you want to do. Now, that's what I do as far as a warm-up to loosen up in the beginning of my lesson. Now, I made that at 60, the the eighth note rather. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to skip a lot of things here. I'm going to go to, say, 140. Not a very fast tempo. And I'm going to change my positioning. I did this in full strokes. Now, I'm going to do this in half strokes. Half stroke means if this is my full stroke position, half of that is here. Okay, so now, I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to play the line. I'm going to repeat the line. And I'm going to vamp for 4 measures, whatever hand I end with. Do we all understand what the vamp is? Because I just assume everybody knows that. And I shouldn't do that. A vamp, for what I'm doing here, is eighth notes for 4 measures. Watch this. I'm going to play line 1, half strokes. I'm going to vamp for 4 measures with the left hand and go directly into line 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Equal sound. 4. Vamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4. Left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's line 2. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3. Vamp. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4. Line 3. 1, 2. Equal sound. Make an adjustment. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, vamp 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, line 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, vamp 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, no accents. 4, 2, 3, vamp, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Now, I'll do the whole page like that. You don't want to hear me do the whole page. I'm just giving you like sort of when I have time as a routine. And I'll up the tempos, I'm just doing that tempo right now so you can see what I'm doing. But usually I'll take a tempo up to like, 200, 205. That in that area when I'm loose, and I'll still stay at the half strokes. I very seldom go into the quarter strokes. It takes a lot of control. Like the quarter strokes is half stroke for volume. 3, 2, 3, 4, vamp. 1, no higher than that. 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4. Line 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, vamp, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, like I said, I'm not going to bore you. There's an illusion that occurs here, and it gets very confusing. I remember when I was maybe, I don't know, I just gotten out of the service. I might have been 27 in that area, 28. And I went to see this one particular guy. A good, nice guy, man, really a good, and he had his reading down really well. And he really helped me out with my reading. The technique was what they called the Adler system. And he did work for Henry Adler as an instructor and as a counter person. And what Henry Adler used to teach is a seesaw method, like so. Very tight, very rigid, and squeezing those sticks, okay? And when you squeeze a stick, you create tension, and you distort the sound of the drum. And first off, the sound, in order to produce sound, it takes vibration. Example, if I hit my right hand, I'm going to hit it loose. Man, it expanded, the sound. Now, I'm going to hold it very tight, like somebody's going to rob my stick, and I'm going to make a stroke. Now, there was two different sounds. Very slim, very light. I let the stick vibrate on the first one, and the second one, I prevented it from vibrating. Now, on the second one, it's very dangerous. And I don't mean like, if somebody's going to come and arrest you, you might die. It's going to hurt you. What's going to happen, because the vibration goes up your arm as opposed to out, eventually you're going to develop carpal tunnel syndrome or tendonitis. A lot of guys are playing like this, very stiff and rigid. There's a lot of guys out there saying, no pain, no gain. This is an instrument. It's not a sport. So if you approach it as a sport, you're going to hurt yourself. You approach it as an instrument, and scientific. Alan Herman has this down. You got to check him out once in a while. He does this live stream as well, and he does a great job. And he explains everything scientifically. And I have learned a lot from Alan, scientifically. And you just got to watch it. A lot of guys say, here, you got to develop a big ball here. And if you don't get any pain, you're not gaining anything. That is total absurd, man. That's total nonsense. That's my opinion. Practicing on pillows, man, it's just a different thing. This is what I practice on a pad, but I would love to practice on a snare drum because that's what I play on. The pad is, you live in the house or you live in an apartment, you can't really play on a snare drum or a drum set. So you play on the pad. Okay, so you got to stop holding the stick tight. And I just want to bring to point here the illusion. I'm telling you, Henry Adler would teach this. For example, if you have the Buddy Rich book, which has been revised now, and the guy did a good job, McKenzie guy, I think that's Ted McKenzie, that's right. If you go to the first page there, it says 3-stroke rough. Do we all know what that one is? It's right, left, left, alternating. And I'm going to show you how I learned this, which was totally absurd. Okay, I was told to start in this position. All right, let me go to this position now. And when I come down with the right, my left comes up. And when I come down for the accent on 3, I squeeze the stick. Squeeze. That's absurd. That's not even developing control. That's going to hurt you. I play the 3-stroke rough like this if I teach it. 1, 2, 3. It's what occurs. Up, tap, down. Up, tap, down. When I first started, there was 26 basic rudiments. Today, there's 40 rudiments. I have no idea where they came from and who developed them. But anyway, there's 40. And they're all hybrid rudiments. The first hybrid rudiment you play and you don't even know it's a hybrid, okay, is the single paradiddle. It's a combination of single, double. And after line 5 on the stick control book, every one of those lines are hybrid. Every one. And linear as well. Okay? Now, there's an illusion to seesaw. When I'm playing this, it does look like I'm seesawing, but I'm not. This, next time I do a live lesson online, say with whoever it might be, we used to do this before our lesson, waiting for a lesson with Joe Morello. And he used to have a place on the side of the studio. It was on another room. We used to call it the bullpen or the corral. I forgot exactly what it was. It was so long ago. And we would do the stick control book, for example. One guy would play the same line now, and he would play his right here, and I would play my left there. And together, just to show you it was not seesaw. Example here, let me demonstrate that. If I'm playing line 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I said, okay, this is my part, right hand part. There's no seesaw, but if I play it like this, the left is in a different place if I lead with the right. So there's the illusion of it looking like a seesaw. I'm not lifting no stick. Look at that. Rebounding the stick. And if you ever get to with another drummer, try that. You'll enjoy that. You'll be amazed. And you'll learn. What is this? I can't see this. Hold on. I'm old here now. You got to forgive me. Absolutely. I agree with that. All right, listen. I'm only going to do another 2 or 3 minutes because I have to go as well. Now, what I need to know, if you want the PDFs, just email me and I will send them to you. Okay, you got to give me a day or so, but I will get to them and I will send them to you. Okay, now, I'm going to be doing this every Tuesday, like I said, my schedule permitting. If not, you'll get notification. No problem. All right. Also, if you'd like to visit my site or Skype me, I have my Skype address on the top of the page as well. And I have my website page, my email, my Skype, and then you have www.tsu. That should be a com, Matt Patella, if you'd like to join the SU network. It's a good network. It's just starting out, a little complicated at first, but once you get it, you're going to love it. So anyway, I'm going to stop streaming right now. I need a little break here. It's very hot in this room with all the lights. And I will be back to the same channel here next Tuesday at 12 o'clock. Now tell your friends if you'd like. That would be great. The more the merrier, the more time I'll spend here, the more questions I will try to answer. And we'll keep everybody posted about a show that's going to be occurring April the 3rd. Yeah, I think it's April the 3rd. I'm sorry. Hold on. Sunday, April the 3rd at 3 p.m. Or 2. One of those. I will. I will advertise it, okay? So, gentlemen, have a rest of the day, a great day. Practice. And if you're hooked up with me on Facebook, and if you have any questions, please hit me up and I'll try to help you out if I can. Maybe you could help me out. Okay? So, have a good day, and we'll see you next time.